Diddy did some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's people that have testified saying that he's made them work for $60,000 a year, but they work like 19-hour shifts every single day, which is why the government is saying there's some forced labor here, which is another charge that he's facing. There's a bunch of different stuff. You got to treat your people right, man, because that's everybody that's testifying against him right now. I thought that was the most shocking part for me. Like, dang, he got a lot of employees testifying against him. People that there was one guy said that he liked Diddy, but he still was testifying. Like, it's crazy, man. So this assistant, one of his assistants, she went to court yesterday. She testified against him, and this is the stuff that she was saying. According to TMZ, Capricorn Clark, the former assistant, had Cassie texting her about Kid Cudi. However, this led to Clark immediately telling Cassie to delete the messages since Diddy was the one paying for their phones. However, the Bad Boys founder discovered Cassie had been seeing Kid Cudi anyways. Clark alleges that Diddy showed up to her front door on the morning of December 22nd, 2011 with a gun in his hand saying, "Why didn't you tell me who Scott, aka Kid Cudi, who is Kid Cudi?" Cassie acted innocent during the alleged interaction, claiming to not know who he was. Diddy grew angry, and according to Clark, he allegedly said, "We're going to kill this N-word." So I think that the lawyer that we just played, salute to him, that was a brilliant observation, because I didn't realize that the government was presenting the arson charge just because they wanted to be able to bring all this other stuff in. It makes a lot of sense, though. So this woman says that Diddy did that. And I'm going to show you guys the live updates, too, on what's going on in court today, because I want to show you guys what the LAPD and the fire department also said about this situation, because they're presenting some evidence that I thought was going to be very harmful to Diddy's case as well. I don't think, when you hear, it's different when you hear from the people that was around, that they may be associated or they may have something personal against Diddy. But when you hear, there's other stuff, I think that's when it gets significant. So the ex-assistant also said that she was kidnapped in the in the plot to kill Kid Cudi. And this is what the jury had got to listen to during the trial. Said one of Sean Diddy Combs' former employees had testified against the hip-hop mogul that he kidnapped her at gunpoint, then broke into Kid Cudi's home in a plot to kill his love rival. Capricorn Clark, who worked on and off for Mr. Combs for more than a decade, told his trial that the defendant and a security guard had shown up to her apartment in 2011 and forced her to drive with them to Kid Cudi's home. The quote was, "Get dressed," from Diddy. He said, "Get dressed. We're going to kill this N-word." She also told the court Diddy had threatened to kill her on the very first day of working for him. Mr. Combs, the Kid Cudi incident was first discussed in trial last week. Obviously, Diddy is facing life, the article says. And they're just kind of giving a recap of what's been going on. Said Mr. Combs was holding a gun in his hand when he arrived. She said he appeared livid and told her, "We're going to go kill Kid Cudi." Under cross-examination by Diddy's lawyer, Ms. Clark denied that she went with him voluntarily. Once they arrived at Kid Cudi's home, Mr. Combs and the security guard went inside while she called Miss Ventura, Cassie, from the car and told her what was unfolding. Diddy returned and caught her on the phone, and he became angry. Ms. Clark added that they sped off as Kid Cudi arrived back at his home. Afterwards, the court had heard that the defendant had told Ms. Clark he would not let her go until Miss Ventura persuaded Kid Cudi that Mr. Combs was not involved in the break-in at his LA home. So you have somebody that's an eyewitness saying, yes, Diddy was there. Yes, Diddy's the one that broke in. Yes, Diddy's the one that blew up the car. He forced me to go, and then they found my DNA on the car. And this is why you find my DNA on the car, because I was kidnapped. I didn't have a choice. She said it was him, Diddy, a security guard, and her. So afterwards, and then she said that, Diddy told her that she needs to convince Kid Cudi that he wasn't involved in any of that. Afterwards, the court heard that the defendant, Diddy, had told Miss Clark he would not let her go until she and Cassie persuaded Kid Cudi that he was not involved in the break-in at his home. This was a quote, allegedly, according to this woman that was testifying, said, Diddy told her, "If you don't convince him of that, I'll kill all of you." Now, you guys got to think, man. I know that I know that it sounds like a movie and it sounds crazy, but Diddy is a billionaire or was a billionaire, especially at this time. This is the height of him being a billionaire. So you got to kind of understand, like, bro, when somebody's like of that stature say, I'll kill you, I'll kill, like, this is somebody that has the money to buy an island just for bodies. We're just going to buy an island and just put bodies there. Like, he could do that financially. This is somebody that the LAPD and the fire department, he has personal ties in both at that time. And I'm only saying LAPD because this is happening in LA, right? Allegedly, he has ties in both. This is not somebody from down the street in the neighborhood. This is somebody that owns his own, like, everything. Like, so when he's saying this stuff, you got to think of the fear. Because people are like, yo, he really could do it. And nobody would ever even question it. This is not somebody that's just, it's not like the crackhead down the street and you just like, he just talking. No, he not just talking. You know what I'm saying? Ms. Clark also described the difficult working relationship she had with Diddy over the years. On her first day of the job, she testified that Diddy threatened to kill her as he warned that her past work for other rappers had better not become a problem for him because she worked for Death Row and Suge Knight before, I guess. But she told the court, despite the tumult, she also felt like his protector and wanted to remain in his circle. He broke the ceiling of what we were allowed to do as black people in the business world. This is why I'm saying y'all need to stop that worshiping beings. Man, look, this is her right here, by the way. This is her. Y'all need to stop that black excellence. Like, I understand God is good, black excellence, all that, great. But when it gets to the point of worship, where you worshiping this man, no matter what he does, it's okay because he's a black billionaire. Get the man. Multi-millionaire speaking, by the way. So I may be looking at it a certain way. But I don't understand it. You can't, where I come from, right is right, wrong is wrong. And I don't care if you got $1 billion. I was always like that, though. Granted, though, you come from where type of environments we come from, everybody ain't like that. A lot of people out there like, well, I mean, he getting money though. He getting money though. She ain't taking care of her kids. She ain't doing what she's supposed to do in life. She's selling her body. She getting money though. He sell drugs. He kill everybody in the neighborhood. He getting money though. It's ignorant. She said she stayed in this situation, which, like a lot of people said, there's the other assistants that we previously reported on. They said that they came because Diddy had like 3 or 4 assistants so far testify about this stuff. So they're doing a great job of, you know, proving their case. The feds are. And, you know, all these people coming forward saying this different stuff. There's people that like Diddy and saying, hey, which makes it look less biased. It's like, yo, I still work for him. I don't dislike him. So it's like, you just telling the truth then. That's how the jury is going to take it. It's crazy, man.